just over halfway with our series called Sit, Walk, and Stand. And I am so excited about what's happening in our groups. And I trust that you're also enjoying it. Now, for this session, we're still focusing on walking. It is our life of expression towards the identity that we have. It's the manner that we walk in, the way that we live, the way that we interact with people around us. And it's so interesting that when Paul writes about this journey of walking this life with God, we see in Ephesians 5 verse 1 to 2, he says this, "Therefore be imitators of God as beloved children and walk in love, as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us, a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God." So interesting that he says that the most important thing is our relationships. And the rest of Ephesians 5, when it comes to walking with God and walking with others, specifically focuses on different specific relationships. Talks about the relationship between a husband and a wife, between parents and children, between a boss and a worker. And therefore, I want to zoom in a little bit today in my time with you on relationships. But specifically, I want to talk about the 4 areas in your life where you will find people in different forms of relationships. There's 4 stages, but it's not just stages because there's 4 areas basically that people would find themselves in your life. So the first one that I want to mention is what I would call the mall phase. That's some people that are in your life that you would greet and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And you would have a chat with them, and you would also even help them in different ways. You know, it's like somebody that you meet at the mall where you would even help them with their car or whatever the crisis is that they have. Now, in Jesus' life, you will also find that people was in these different phases with him as well. The mall phase was the crowds. That's the people that Jesus still provided by healing some of the sick, and you spend some time with them and try to help them and teach them a little bit. But it wasn't, it didn't go any deeper than that. The second group, or the second phase that I would say a group of people that you would find in your life, so I would call them the living room people. So people that you invite into your house, but into that nice area where you can put the coffee and everything, and it's nicely so you spend more time together. In that phase, you talk a little bit about facts, that it's warm today. Have you realized that it's warm? Or you would mention the fact that, have you seen that the numbers of COVID cases has gone up or gone down? And you are very formal, but you share a little bit more and spend a little bit more time with one another. And it's very important that you also have those people in your life. And you see in the life of Jesus, you would also see that when he goes to Jairus' home, and he just invites Jairus and his wife into the room where their little daughter was dead, where he woke her from the dead. It's the same with Zacchaeus, that Jesus went to his house. Same with Martha and Mary, where Jesus would go to their homes. And there's certain of these relationships that is a little bit closer, but it's not on that intimate level yet. The third group, the third area where you would find people, it's what I would call the kitchen people. That's the people that you spend a lot more time with, and you're comfortable to be yourself, up to the level where you can give your opinion and your emotions. You would find that in the life of Jesus with his disciples. His disciples could share their opinion and their emotions, and sometimes even ask Jesus some challenging questions. And it's so nice if you can spend some time in the kitchen. It's a little bit closer to home, And you also will find people in that area of your life. So the next group is what I would call the bedroom people. That's the people that you will spend, that you're so comfortable with, that you will allow them to drink coffee and eat biscuits with you while you're spending time even just sitting on your bed. It's not necessarily intimate relationships. I'm not talking about a husband and wife there, but it's those people that you feel comfortable in just spending some time while you have your bathrobe on and just being yourself completely. Now, it's not that you're not honest in the other areas. You're also honest about who you are, but you don't share everything of your life. Now, Jesus had 3 disciples that walked with him in that manner and in that way. And those 3 disciples, Jesus specifically asked them to pray for him when he was at his lowest point, when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane, sweating blood because of what is going to happen with him. He specifically pleaded with them to pray with him. And we need those people as well. I want to end off and say, even as you discuss in your group tonight and as you go through this session today, I want to encourage you to maybe share where people are in your life. And then I really want to say all those areas are important. It's not like if somebody is in the mall phase that they're not important. You need people in your mall phase. You need people in your kitchen phase. You need people in your living room phase. And you need people in your bedroom phase. So enjoy the time together. And I want to leave you with a question as you go into your group. I want to ask you, have you also gotten to a point in your life where you sometimes think people must either be in your life or not be in your life? Because we shouldn't be people that has the attitude of cancel culture, where we say, either you're with me or you're out of my life. But we, as followers of Jesus Christ, should rather say that people have different roles and different phases where they are in our lives. But have you ever been at that point where you feel that people just need to be in my life or out of my life? Enjoy the time together. See you for the next session.